Hi, I'm Randy Schroeder. In just the next few moments, I would like to share with you a basic home business review format. Elsewhere in this series of video clips, we have a video called HBR Basics, and it describes all of the preparation for, but here I want to walk through a very simple single night home business review format. First, where is it? It's in our home. I have people ask me all the time, is it the same if I do it in a coffee shop? Well, no, it's not. When you come to our home, there's a different sense of belonging and comfort and peace and ease. It's a better place to do it, hence home business review format. And simply put, here's how we do it. First of all, as was described in HBR Basics, we start on time. We ask people to gather between 7 and 7:15 for a 7:30 start. Typically, people begin to arrive between 7 and 17, almost exactly as described. It's not unusual to have a person or two arrive a little bit late, and we do our best to accommodate that. When people arrive, what do they see? When they walk in the door, what do they experience? They walk in the door and they are welcomed and greeted. Samantha is the greatest hostess of all time, and they feel comfortable. In order for them to feel comfortable, we must feel comfortable. In order for your guest to feel comfortable, you must feel comfortable. So take all the pressure off, make it fun, make it feel lighthearted. It need not be difficult. By the way, how do we dress? This is our home, and so I don't wear a suit and I don't wear a tie. I typically wear slacks, and sometimes, once in a while, I wear a sports coat, but most frequently I'm wearing slacks and a somewhat casual shirt, but I'm not dressed down too much. I always look nice. I always look professional. Samantha always looks nice. She always looks professional. And when people arrive, remember once again, as is stated in many places in this series, that every single thing we do is teaching other people what they must do. And so upon arrival, what they find is a very, very simple assortment of snacks: cheese, crackers, tomatoes, carrots, and so on, and sparkling water or an iced tea. That's it. The budget for these functions is $15. And so when a person comes to our home, they find a comfortable, easy environment, and we have then set up a screen. Now, in our particular home, it's a theater room, but it need not be. It can be whatever you want it to be, so long as you have a television set that is set up or a computer screen that is set up so you can push play on the videos. And now the specific question that was posed to me that required this video was to describe what tools do we use? What exactly do we do, and what is the format? So here is what we do. At the correct starting time, not 3 minutes before and not 3 minutes after, we start on time, and when we do, we simply say, like this: thank you for being here tonight. We welcome you to our home. Because I would like this to be a conversation, not me speaking to you, it would be helpful for me to know a little bit about each of you. I would like you each to know a little bit about one another so that we can have a conversation as opposed to me simply speaking to you. And then I ask each person to introduce themselves. Who are you? Why are you here? What do you know about the company? Just tell us 2 or 3 minutes. Now, I have to say, tell us 2 or 3 minutes. I've had people spend 15 or 20 until I learned the lesson. Tell me 2 or 3 minutes. And quite frequently, after the first one describes who he or she is, I have to remind the others. Remember again, 2 or 3 minutes. And we keep this very, very tight. But I want people to feel like they are a part of this discussion, not simply that I am talking to them, or certainly not trying to sell them anything. So briefly introduce yourself and tell me why you're here. Having done that, I briefly then introduce myself. Sometimes people who are there know me, sometimes people who are there do not know me, and I keep it very, very short. I describe the fact that from the very first day, I have personally been full-time in the direct selling industry. This for me is a career. It's been a life choice, and that I've never found anything that so opens the eyes of others and causes enthusiasm as does KANNAWAY, and I'd like to help you understand why. And so let us start by reviewing a simple video that helps you see what cannabis is, what hemp is, what CBD is, and understand the nature of the opportunity. And then we push play on the video that is on the KANNAWAY homepage that is entitled The First Step. That video is I think it's 5 or 6 minutes long, and in those short few minutes, people learn the facts. They find out that marijuana and hemp were classed together, and the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937 effectively eliminated the possibility of cultivating hemp, and clear since that time, now multiple generations, the endogenous cannabinoid system that is part of all of us, each of us, has been starved, and that's the problem, and so now we provide the solution. The very next thing that we do in this format is to select any one of a number of the videos. Now I want to stress to you here that it is not about doing any of this. It is not about the specific video. I remember a number of years ago when I was being taught, I was debating with a leader which video would be best in a given setting. And he said, Randy, it doesn't matter. If you handed out enough videos, they could all be blank. And somebody would then say, Randy, they'd call you back and say, Randy, the video was blank. What did you want me to see and hear? The absolute truth is there are people who want what we have, and if we have a person in the room who wants what we have, you can then use any one of a number of the videos and get the exact same positive outcome. If they don't want what we have, you could use any brilliant video tool and it would not create the positive outcome. But the format that we follow is to push play first on the very, very well done company video that is called First Step. Most frequently, having done so, we then push play on the stored presentation that can be found on KANNAWAY.com or RandySchroeder.com. It is called Stuart Titus Presents Medical Information. And that video is 24 minutes long. When Stuart is speaking live, 24 minutes flies by. The video makes 24 minutes too long, and so we typically would watch 5 minutes, 7 minutes of that video. We don't watch the whole thing, and we tell them in advance, it's 24 minutes of information. We're going to provide you the link to this so you can study it more carefully when you get home, but in 5 or 6 or 7 minutes, you can get an idea of the kind of medical research that has been applied and the amount of energy that's being applied to this idea of coming to understand what are all of the health values and benefits of CBD. Having done so, then we simply once again pose a question or two. And by the way, having seen the first video and the second video, we now have a chatty crowd. Now we have a chatty crowd. And based upon the kind of chat that is going on, I'll then select the next resource. Most frequently, what we select next is to go to the 25-year segment or the series of videos that are in your back office, and I then like to watch the 10 steps to getting started correctly. I remember that in my own experience, I was first introduced to the direct selling industry, and all I heard discussion of is what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is, and how great it's going to be, but I saw almost no indication of what I would need to do to become successful. So having watched first the video well done by the company, which describes the history of hemp, and then watching a few minutes of the Stuart Titus video, which is Stuart Titus Presents Medical Information. The next thing we do is once again see what questions and listen to what the chatter is a little bit. Most frequently, I then go to the 10 steps to getting started correctly. That particular video is 17 minutes long. So we've now watched a 5-minute video. We've watched 5 or 6 minutes of another video, that's 11. We then watch a 17-minute long video. We're now into 30 minutes. At the conclusion, now a person has both an understanding of what the business is, a person has an understanding of what CBD is, a person has an understanding of the amount of research that's gone in and how very, very special and big this product idea is. A person now has a clear understanding of the correct getting started process, and then what I like to do is find out what people want to hear. I simply pose a question, I listen, and having posed a question or two or listening, I then select one or perhaps two additional of the very, very short video clips from the 25 years segments. It may be where are you on the face of the clock dial. It's a very, very good tool and resource to help the person crystallize in their mind that perhaps they need to change. An next great resource for those who may have concern or lack of understanding about the network marketing industry is in the 25-year segment, Why Network Marketing? And that also describes why, within this context of network marketing or direct selling, why KANNAWAY is so very special. And of course, that's a repeat of information they've heard in the presentation up till now. And then I think perhaps one of the most impactful segments in that entire series is the one entitled Why You? If we know what CBD is, if we understand the amount of research that has gone into it, if we understand the special place in the industry that KANNAWAY has, if we have a general sense of the type of people who are involved in the business, if we have a crystallization in our mind of why I need to do something different because of where I find myself on the face of the clock dial, if now I understand why network marketing and why you, I've arrived at a point where I can make a decision. And so our simple format is to push play on a series of videos, first having each person introduce themselves so that it becomes a very comfortable and warm environment. We're communicating one with another. It's not me talking to them, it's us talking to each other. It is listening at the end of each video to then select out of the back office the next appropriate tool, recognizing there is no real wrong choice. As we develop further our skills, our knowledge and understanding, we'll be able to select more specifically the right choice given the persons in the room any given evening, and it will always be found in that simple library that can be found in your back office.